have to invent it if you didn't have it.
This role is really, truly here to stay.
A direct and powerful statement to our employees.
It was part of a settlement the firm reached with the New York Attorney General's office. But I have to say, if we didn't have it, we'd have to invent it.
The Ombuds program at AB began in 2004, and it was a very interesting time in our industry. And one of the things that the SEC required settling firms to adopt was an Ombuds program. When the SEC began to interview people, they realized that people knew about this conflict. And when they asked them why they didn't escalate it and tell others about it, they said, one, they didn't know where to go. Two, they were afraid of retaliation. And that was industry-wide. And so as part of the settlements and resolutions, firms were asked to implement an Ombuds program. We hired consultants to come up with the best program possible. And I cannot tell you at the time we had any idea how valuable it would become.
The Ombuds program adds value at AB because it forces us to face ourselves in the mirror by having a well-functioning and broadly supported vehicle on which people can feel comfortable expressing their discomfort with individuals, with the organization, in a way that they feel protected. And we hear what is actually a cause of concern that at least this one individual or perhaps others share. And so it allows us to be proactive in addressing potential issues as they arise.
The program itself and having an ombuds in place really sends a message to staff that what they see and experience as employees here really matter. We feel that an ombuds program adds a level of credibility to our organization overall, because we really do act on the themes that the ombudsman raises back to us, and we feel is very valuable for employees and builds their confidence and builds our credibility.
The Ombuds program has added value at AB in ways that originally goes way beyond the original intent of creating a independent, impartial, informal, confidential body that will help surface conflicts, which is what the regulators wanted us to do, to creating a forum for employees to be heard. The Ombuds program has helped the firm in very subtle ways.
The reason I think we would have had to create the Ombuds role if we didn't have it is that increasingly the workplace gets drawn into the public square. And so issues that are felt keenly by individuals in our firm become issues occasionally within the firm. We exist to help our clients achieve their financial goals. But we are a professional services firm, and what impacts our people impacts our productivity. And we want our people to feel very comfortable bringing their true, authentic selves to the office. And so this is a way that helps us facilitate that, then I think it serves a very worthy cause.
I think the biggest thing comes down to trust. I think that having this program in place has improved the trust from staff, and it's really messaged to them that we want them to have a confidential avenue for support. I also think it's made leadership more efficiently aware of staff concerns. Everything from large-scale changes that happen in the organization or marketplace concerns. We have a quicker way of learning about kind of the tempo and themes of conversation among staff as we have this feedback loop from the ombudsman. And it's also become a natural arm of resources to staff. It's actually like another benefit. I know that people may not position it that way, but the role itself is of equal value to staff as other benefits that are available. So as a chief people officer, it just brings me a lot of comfort having an ombudsman in place.
The challenges today for the average person, let alone employee, to navigate their reactions and their feelings to what's happening, particularly in this country, and the division of beliefs and values. This is different than they might have in their social environments. This is different than they might have at their kitchen table. This is an employment context where your employer has obligations and duties. And so I believe that the Ombuds program helps employees just feel heard around some of those things, not give them solutions, not necessarily help them change the way they feel about something, but allow them to express discontent or happiness about something and keep it in the context.
The first role of any chief executive of a financial institution is risk management. And the state of mind of our individuals who are the organization impacts everything we do. But the original purpose of the ombuds was to bring senior management attention to behavior which may either be illegal or unethical. And so I think all firms face that potential risk, but I think it's a narrow reading of what the ombuds role can really provide, because I think it's a safety valve. There are more categories of issues that are arising. Thank goodness we very rarely come across issues that are unethical or illegal. I would be very comfortable if those issues came to me through the ombuds role, because that's what it was designed to do. But most of the issues that I think we face are more around employee-employer tensions that arise, during difficult times, whether people don't feel they're being given a fair shake. And it allows us in a structured and controlled manner to evaluate the merits of that concern and respond to them. So I think that safety valve is valuable. And I think more importantly, people, at least at this firm, are comfortable that the function works in a way that protects them, but also allows them to raise concerns that they have. And isn't that a good thing?
I think that I really do have a good sense of the fact that trust is hard to earn from staff. And although we might like to think that everyone's comfortable raising issues and concerns or seeking counsel from the proper channels that exist in our organization, from people to compliance to internal audit, we have to realize that trust is earned, and sometimes you can't perfectly earn it. And I think that having this role in place really eases that worry for me. I worry a lot of times that staff don't feel that they have a place to go, or they feel that there may be ramifications to bringing issues forward. But I want staff to have a lot of options to get counsel and seek guidance. And so when I worry about that, and that keeps me up at night, having this role in place brings me a lot of comfort.
We work in a business where trust is the number one element of success. If we don't have our clients' trust, or even our regulators' belief in us, that we're not going to be successful. And that trust, there's an old saying, it takes years to build and minutes to destroy. If that trust is destroyed, it becomes very difficult for us in our business affairs. And so my belief today is that we have an incredibly strong culture around compliance, around ethics, around fiduciary responsibilities. There's very strong tone at the top. But at the same time, to the extent there is that employee who's apprehensive, who is concerned, they're afraid of retaliation. Maybe they work for a manager and their concern is about the manager themselves. And they don't want to escalate to the person that they have the concern with. And they don't know where else to go. This is a forum that gives those employees a place to go and helps guide them to the right place to go. And the thing we do not want is an employee who's aware of something or thinks they're aware of something and is uncomfortable bringing it forward. And if Carolyn and our Ombuds office can have one employee bring wrongdoing or misconduct forward through that avenue, it is well worth it.